The reason you might feel unfulfilled in your relationships might be of your doing. How do we address this and make sure our mutual needs are met? Let's look into this from the Almer perspective. Hi and welcome to our first themed episode here on Almer. This will become a playlist of videos covering the topic of psychological safety. What it is, how it affects us through our lives, and how to relate to it in a healthy way. This is a vast topic which will take time to uncover together and is well suited for several episodes as we will continue the conversation in our forum on our website together with the members and plan the content for next episode. Let's start with a definition of what this even means and what parts of our lives are included in this topic. In a typical sense, psychological safety is used in organizational setting, where it describes a team or group's ability or lack thereof for interpersonal risk-taking. In short, this means the level of comfort for the team members to express ideas, ask questions, raise concerns, and admitting mistakes without fear of negative consequences. This might be related to a team's ability to collaborate effectively, learn from each other, and contribute to the team's success. In the context of our theme, it is closely related to emotional safety, emotional security, and psychological resilience. These topics will have their own videos as well. What is important to note is that Almer is about creating a safe space together with close peers. In this setting, the psychological safety aspect will create the guidelines to make this team of 2 or more people effective and aligned. A lot of studies of team dynamics and performance has been made throughout the years and from different angles, scopes, and disciplines such as psychology and sociology. Important keywords here are those typically associated with basic psychological and social needs such as cultural pressure, acceptance, rejection, belief, trust, belongingness, and conformity. What does these terms and concepts mean in our lives, and how do they affect our well-being and safety? In this episode, we will mainly talk about our social relationships, even if we will touch other related topics. One important concept in this category is social design. Not in meso or macro level, where communities and stakeholders are involved in the design process to create positive social change in a society, but in an individual micro level, which includes our closest peers and the mutual work to create safety that benefits both parties. Through our lives, we are put in situations that we haven't chosen to be in ourselves. We are also appointed several relationships by default, such as family members, classmates, and coworkers. Basically, everyone you need to interact frequently with that are not people you have chosen. This leaves very few choices for the rest of the people we get to choose. Yet these are some of the most impactful choices we can make. Our partners, our friends, people engaged in our hobbies, and so on. Even though our choice of whom gets to share experiences and time with us is very important and impactful, the choice of what to fill this time with and what type of experiences shared are as important. This means that if there is no intentionality or agency in how the relationship evolved, they will land in an autopilot state with no given purpose and might end up unfulfilling, stuck, repetitive, and harmful in the worst case. In best case, they keep being nurturing, supportive, and stimulating through the whole time. In those cases, you are really aligned together and have a great foundation to create safe space. This is not meant as to say that all relationships need to be calculated and manipulated to give you the best return for your time spent. On the contrary, this is meant to create awareness of the role that our different relationships play in our lives. Check our expectations and be thankful for the good parts. Being aware of our available resources in form of relationships helps us understand how well they match our current needs and if there is anything missing or lacking. There is a high probability that if you are watching this video, there might be unfulfilled needs in this department. If you had all the support needed in your situation, you would probably not look for this topic intentionally. So what is the problem? We have not been aware and intentional about what good we would want some relationships to bring into our lives. Maybe we chose each other by default, friends since elementary school because no one else wanted to be our friend. Maybe we felt forced to choose a partner or there were not many options back then. Maybe it's those relationships that are detrimental to our mental health or even hazardous to our physical security. Maybe you are surrounded by a lot of people, but you feel that you need to put up a mask due to their expectations on you. Maybe the relation started well, and due to lack of direction or mundane life, you are drifted apart. You want different things in life. Maybe you are plagued by disease or mental illness or struggles, and your experience is that people shy away from difficult conversational topics. Maybe you do have a good life in general, but are still missing something, not being able to complain, as that would be ungrateful. If any of these things ring through and you feel that there is nowhere to turn for any type of help, there is a gap in your available resources and your needs. How do we solve it? First, we need to be humble and understand that we have a part in creating this situation by being passive in our lives and relations. This is a hard first step, especially when you're already quite low. But this is not a negative, this is very much a positive, as it means that you can do something about it. You might not be able to change everyone around you, but you can control your actions and responses. Next is awareness. To see where the gaps in how well our needs are met by the people around us. This step needs to be addressed objectively. We don't know other people's dreams and wants. The unfulfilled relationship might go both ways. Most are unintentional. Some may be even blocked from improvement due to our own actions. Next is identifying at least one relationship that you would think might be possible to change to better suit one or more of your current needs. If you don't find any existing relationship that fits, then there is your identified need. You need to find someone who would be open to support either one way or for mutual benefit. How to go about this is outside of the scope of this video. Please enlighten us with your experience about this step in our community forum under the video's topic, link in the description. Next step is to open up to your person or persons about your situation and what your needs are. If they are responsive to this, you need to be very clear that you respect their time and effort and specify exactly what type of help you would need, what the limitation of their effort goes, the estimated time for this effort, and how this help would be provided. Lastly is to set up a system that is easy and unintrusive for both parties. Remember that this does not mean that it is up to one single person to carry this burden alone. Several people can help with different parts if needed. This is where the community part of Safe Space comes in. If you manage to create a good teamwork with one person and your situation improves, then you can share this system with another person. Either a mutual contact can be invited or you can make another system with another close person. How does this step look like practically? We assume that you have agreed with your person to be each other's supporters. This is an example of how the agreement could look like. I would need your help in those situations where my mental health struggles get the best of me. I need your help by either just being informed of my status, listening for the purpose of venting, give advice for the purpose of problem solving, take charge in those cases when I'm overwhelmed and can't think or act clearly. I will provide you with the needed directive to know what type of support you can give. I will also specify if this help can be provided by text, call, or you coming over to talk or take action. If you don't hear anything from me about these instructions, don't worry. I will inform you when I need the support. Keep out the guesswork. I'll post a daily status of my well-being for your information. For the sake of keeping these parts separated from our day-to-day chatter and meme sharing shenanigans, we will communicate this through the Almir app. I have presets set up with an estimation of my mental state on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being bad and 5 being good. I also have presets for what type of support I need if necessary. If needed, I will post my location, and communication will be held in our Almer direct messages or through call. The conditions are that I actively work on my mental health through therapy and on what is needed to improve my situation. Here you insert your specific problem in life that needs to be solved and improved. This was just a superficial and general overview of the challenges we face in our relations and how they affect us and what to do to improve them. By being aware, by identifying your needs and resources, by creating a plan and execute it, creates agency and helps us crawl up from the darkness we might be in our lowest days. This is by no means easy. On the contrary, this might be one of the toughest things you are ever forced to face in your life. But the reward that comes from succeeding is on par. To be able to breathe, to find the will to live, and even to find joy and satisfaction in life. They say that once you become sick, nothing else matters than the need to be healthy again. Every other concern fades into the background. You get a reality check and perspective of what matters in life. If your struggles make you realize what really matters in your life, that is the call to action that you need. Now you know where to aim. In the coming episodes, we will look at how to protect us from abusive relationships, how to work together to mitigate uncertainty and other threats. Stay tuned by subscribing, pressing the bell, liking, commenting, or go over to our community forum and become a member if you want to contribute with your perspective on these topics. Thank you for watching. Be safe out there and spread some kindness. It's free and you might end up making someone's day better.